So right now I'm in Manchester. I'm having yeah, there's some really nice spas here, so I like coming here. But I have been thinking in the jacuzzi about some really good Big Brother ideas. Now, it doesn't even have to be a Big Brother that I would be on. It would just be like, I don't know, I like this show, and if I was like the producer of this show, one idea that could happen soon or in years' time, whenever, is um, the idea of like I like the idea of like Big Brother kind of having lots and lots of power over the housemates, but to take it a step further and actually give that power over to the public, so that the public basically become like the decision maker and have such a high level of control that you can get all the housemates and have like a little app that has like all the character names, and then you can click on the character name and it goes into like a date of all the dates of the next week, and you click on the dates and you can choose like what breakfast they eat, what lunch they eat, or what dinner they eat. um, and so I guess usually you have it that so the housemates cook for themselves, but I like the idea of it kind of being like a Barbie version of this Big Brother house, and you have all the housemates with their names, and each day they're only allowed to eat whatever the public like. You can't give them get just nothing all day, but you can have a few options. Like, do you want to just serve them an empty plate, and or do you want to serve them a three-course dinner? And so you give the public like the option to choose from a three-course dinner, or just a piece of toast, or just plain rice, or would you want to give them literally nothing, or do you want to give them a semi-decent meal, or I don't know, just like a different option of different foods. Some could be nice, some could be not nice. So you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where you and then you some like waiters can come in when during the dining table. They can all be sitting on the dining room table, and waiters come in and serve the foods, and then they open up to find what the public have chosen for them to eat that morning or that evening on that day. So that could be one idea. And then you could go further, because you can have like you can get their clothes and find like what clothes they bring, but not actually give them their clothes, but rather draw like a picture of it, and then the public can go online and say like, today what do you want to wear? Like, do you want them to wear this? I mean, it'd be technically all their clothes, but get the public to like decide what they wear. Even what you can go one step further and even say like what underwear they wear, or just like be very specific about like, well, what hairstyle they have to wear. So if they want them to just wear it down or up or in a pigtail, they have to. The public gets to decide, kind of like have lots and lots of control over the housemates, what they wear, what they eat. And then you could also have other ones where like the public get to be like God in a way, because they get to say for 24 hours one of these housemates, if one of these housemates could go blind, or like e.g. have to wear like a mask on their eyes, which one would you choose? And then you give the public the option to choose one out of all the housemates, to basically have to wear a blindfold for 24 hours, or one to wear like something over their mouth, duct tape over their mouth, so they can't speak for 24 hours except for when they're eating. And I don't know, you could do like a handcuff one, where you could say if you're going to handcuff two people together, who would you choose? Or you could do it for beds options. They could all be single beds, but you can have some double beds, and you're saying, well, if you want to play Cupid, if the public want to play Cupid, who are you going to which couple would you want to pair up? And yeah, that's one idea that I think is kind of cool, to play with the idea of Big Brother kind of being God in a way, but not actually being God, rather giving the power over to the public and letting the public decide what they want. So I was sitting in the jacuzzi just thinking of how cool these kind of ideas would be, because I'd kind of like, I like studying things, and I like studying how people react, or how people would treat others or stuff, and so it'd be interesting, these things, like, or if they were to give me a choice to wear like, I don't know, a short revealing miniskirt, or a potato sack, or a bin bag, like what would the public, if the public get to choose between those two options, what would they rather me wear? And I'm not bothered what the answer is, because technically there's no kind of right or wrong answer. The potato sack makes you look ugly, and I kind of like looking ugly sometimes, and that's fine. And then the revealing one's also a bit like, okay. But yeah, I like testing and just seeing how people respond and stuff. And so yeah, that's one of the things that I would like. what else today? I went to met with a friend this weekend, and my uncle as well. So my uncle and the friend. The guy kind of reminds me of the Weekend guy. I guess he doesn't look exactly like him or anything, but it's just certain things remind me of him. He doesn't think so too. He's a very strong Christian and doesn't see it that way. He doesn't believe in my religion or anything. And I don't know, a part of me just wonders, like, is he being paid to be my friend by the Weekend or something? I don't know. I'm getting paranoid. I am very paranoid about stuff, and paranoid about like who knows and who believes, because no one around me seems to know or believe, and yet I literally know and believe that thousands of people do know about me and stuff, and it's just really, it's horrible because I don't know who to trust or who to believe. When it comes to the Weekend show, The Idol, I'm not watching it. I haven't watched it. I don't have HBO. I think it's an American channel. I don't know how to get it. I don't want to get it. But I've heard things that the Weekend guy comes off as like a groomer and is, I don't know, not particularly the best of characters is the word. But yeah, I don't know what to say about that because I haven't seen it. I just, I don't, my friend's definitely nothing like that. But in the way, I feel like in a way he is grooming me a bit, because he's so convinced that I can't be God, so convinced that, you know, everything that I believe is just in my imagination, that he kind of makes me question it. And I just like, I've got so much evidence and proof, and I see it daily in the things that I watch on TV, or just weird things happen all the time. And yet to have people or friends around you that just absolutely 100% don't believe you, and it's kind of horrible, but at the same time it's how he feels, and it's just I just have to cope with it, because he is like the only friend that I have, so that's better than nothing, I think. But yeah, it's interesting how he took me to a pot fest or a potter's field thing, I don't know, just, the pots, I like colourful stuff, and there was a lot of pots that were a bit bland and didn't have any colour, so I didn't really like most of the pots there. But yeah, that's something. I'm sure there's the money that Judas is, he bought, the money that he got, betrayal money, went towards buying a potter's field for to bury dead poor folk and stuff, slaves and stuff, or anyway, and then there's this weird bridge which is like the crossing over, and it's just, I don't know, I'm thinking about Big Brother all the time, and I don't know what's going to happen with it, because, or if anything's going to happen. I was hoping that something would happen in July, but that's only like a week away now, and yeah, there's no signs or evidence that anything is going to happen that soon, and I don't know what I'm expecting, but I think I would be expecting more than nothing. Big Brother UK is supposed to be on in September, October, and so I guess I'm just going to have to wait a little bit longer. Swear though, if that show's on and you do not put me on it, I'm going to be so like angry, very, very angry. But yeah, I feel like that's what I have to wait for. So I'm going to wait for that, and I don't know what the plan is. Again, anything that decides should be up to the show, and I have no idea who's running the show and what they want or what the plan is. But I felt like when we found this bridge, we were going around this big circle around this river, and then there's a part that you couldn't cross unless you had this sort of movable bridge, and it was just like, yeah, get on the show, and then somehow I'll travel to a different show, which probably could be in America or somewhere. I don't know. Somewhere hot would be nice. That's all I really want, somewhere hot. And then do it. I'm thinking about that show all the time, and I keep looking it up, and I keep just finding nothing or no proof that it's going to happen. It's very annoying. But anyway.